back with a Seon video reaction for you guys today. I don't know if this was suggested or not. I don't think it was. I don't know if Seon really is popular on my channel. If it's not, I will just stop reacting to it, as if you guys don't want to see it, I'm not going to react to it, of course. I feel like I may have seen this video actually, so give me a second, because I notice a lot of videos that are in my suggested folder still remain in there after I upload them, which shouldn't happen. Okay, no, I don't think it's here, because the last one I saw was Haunted House Story, so I think I'm good. But yeah, just a heads up. Just didn't know if that was going to be a duplicate video or not. Yeah, Halloween Scary Story, that's it, by Seon. Remember, Seon is still animations, not my favorite, but again, still better than nothing. My mom's shouting up downstairs. She's talking so loud. I don't know why she talks so loud. But she's on the phone with people from... Anyways, it's about 6 minutes long, Halloween Horror Story. Just going to put this a little bit louder just so you guys can not hear her, but let's go, guys. Halloween Scary Story. It's March, so it's not really Halloween, but you know, it's fine.
Every October, a large amount of haunted houses open up in my town. A particular one that caught my eye was opening near the edge of town. The exact location was surrounded by miles of forest.
In a barn?
So I thought it was an interesting place.
That was like a barn.
Since all my friends are busy, I decided to go alone. I thought it might have made the experience even more scarier.
That's totally smart.
Especially since it was my first time at that attraction.
That's smart.
When I arrived at the place, I was surprised at how empty it was.
Sus.
Lots of people online raved about how terrifying it was.
Cornfields are sus.
But this wasn't what I was expecting at all.
Nighttime.
It was like a little barn house in the middle of nowhere, but it had a lot of cornfields surrounding it. My first adventure was to the barn itself. When I opened the door and peeked my head inside, I quickly covered my mouth to keep from gagging. It smelled disgusting, and I soon realized why. There were no animals in the barn, just feces and corpses.
Oh god.
In my mind, I was really impressed with the level of decorations that the owners had put into this. I couldn't even tell if the animal bodies were actually real, which made me really want to gag. After silently praising them for their hard work, I realized this was just the start of the haunted house, so I closed the door and looked towards the other building. It had the vibe of an old ranch house, which really interested me.
It's actually a haunted house, or is it just like abandoned buildings?
Although I've checked out almost every haunted house that's come to town, I'd never been to a southern themed one. I approached the home with my heart beating out of my chest.
Never
When
go
I touched
alone.
the doorknob, it was already unlocked, so I just let myself in.
And
Found
here's
it
where you
decorated
die.
in vintage furniture. Something that caught my eye was a creepy doll seated on a table near the entrance.
No, I'm leaving now. I'm leaving.
While I stood in the hallway observing the home, a woman in an apron appeared from the kitchen. She had red stains on her face and clothing,
Red eyes.
but I just assumed it was fake blood. Her first reaction wasn't even to ask me what I was doing there. Instead, she looked me up and down, then offered me an invitation to dinner.
She's like, oh, okay,
I
you
couldn't
look
help
good.
but
You
think
can
her
join
acting
for
was
dinner.
somewhat dull, but realistic nonetheless. In her hand was a butcher knife covered in fake blood too.
Great. But is it
So I
fake
just
though?
assumed her character was some sort of crazy housewife.
Or is she actually a crazy housewife?
I nodded, trying to play along with her weird little act.
She's sweating. She's nervous.
A big smile spread across her face when I accepted. And then she said something along the lines of, "We're having a spouse for dinner."
Wait, what?
I thought the way she said Brussels sprouts was weird.
Oh, Brussels sprouts.
After she muttered to herself for a bit, she looked upstairs.
I thought she said we're having my
With
spouse
a
for
strange
dinner.
moment of silence.
Like my spouse, like my
Before
partner.
she suddenly shouted, "Evelyn, you have a new friend." A young girl with braids came down from the top of the staircase. I don't know how to describe it, but she looked so... empty. Evelyn was around my little sister's age, but her acting was flawless. She grabbed my hand and led me back up the stairs. No words were exchanged between us.
I don't really want to go upstairs, to be
But
honest.
the room we stopped at was a bedroom. I assumed it was her character's room, and she gestured for me to take a seat. I sat crisscross on the floor and felt a shiver go down my spine as my eyes landed on her large doll collection. The
Dolls
room
are
was silent
sus.
as I watched her lay a doll gently on her lap. Without saying anything, she began to rip all the hair from its head. The sight was so disturbing that I began to feel uncomfortable. Then her mother called for us to go back downstairs.
Can I
And
go
I
home
tried
now?
to leave the room as quickly as possible. Once we made it to the dining room, there was a whole feast laid out. Although all the food was probably fake, it smelled so realistic. I wonder if there was
Probably
some sort of
real meat.
candle that imitated the scents. I took a seat at the edge of the table,
Why
while
is the bowl
Evelyn and her
floating?
mother sat on the opposite side.
Oh, that's not a bowl. That's okay. That's
My
part of her
plate had
dress.
lots of raw meat,
Raw
and I
meat.
watched the mother and daughter as they dug in.
It's
I guess
it's
it was
human
edible,
meat.
and took a bite.
It's human meat.
The taste was very sweet, but it made me feel weird not knowing what kind of meat it was.
Human.
I excused myself to go get a drink, and the mother told me their fridge was in the garage. So I went to the fridge,
Why is it in the
but
garage?
upon opening it, something landed on my feet,
What is that?
and I had to stop myself from screaming. Once I collected myself,
What is that?
I bent down to pick up the object, and realized it was a human head.
Oh.
His eyelashes were covered with ice,
Oh my god.
and he looked like he had very bad frostbite. When I looked closer, I realized he resembled Evelyn a bit, even though it was just a prop. His frozen face with its permanent look of horror really impressed me.
No, it's real.
My phone got a notification, and I saw that my friend sent me a photo of our group at the haunted house. The message attached was, "We came to surprise you. Where are you?"
Probably I'll be able to get
That's
killed.
when I realized I was at the wrong house.
Yeah, but didn't she say she was going alone? Like, she knew she was going alone. What do you mean? Like, she went to the wrong one. What do you mean? What do you mean you went to the wrong one? You went alone to that house. You weren't gonna go with anyone. Like, I don't understand. But yeah, if you went to the wrong house, that's probably not even a Halloween decoration. That's just normally how they live, and they have a human head in the fridge. And they knew they would find it, and like they knew the girl would find it in there because like they said, yeah, it's in the fridge in the garage. Go get it. You know what I mean? So they knew that they were gonna get exposed in a sense. But she probably ran like hell after that, I would imagine. But yeah, never go to a haunted house on your own, and never go to a haunted house at all, if you spare your life. But you know, you do you guys. If you wanna potentially die, I guess go ahead and potentially die. I don't know, but. Yeah, stay away. You never know who's in the house. You don't know if it's actually abandoned. Someone might be living in there, a homeless person. There's basically an abandoned house on my street, and it has been abandoned for a while. I don't even think there's power to it. There's no houses there. There's just no one living there, and it's been there for like years now. And I've always kind of talked about it in videos. I'm like, yo, we should totally go inside. It's literally right there. If anything goes wrong, it's like a 3-second walk back to my house or run back to my house. So it's like it's not even a big deal, but. You know, you probably don't want to fuck with that just in case somebody is in there, in case someone got in, or maybe someone does live in there and we don't even realize. But I'm pretty sure there's no power line connected to it, so you probably don't got any power, my dude. But you know, that's fine. Anyways, yeah, the moral of the story is don't do that. Any horror story is basically at the end is basically saying don't do what the person in this video did. That's basically the story. You say the story and then you're like, oh well, I'm not doing that no more. That's exactly what you gotta take from horror stories. Exactly what you gotta take from horror stories. So yeah, I guess just be wary of that before doing anything crazy like that. If you guys did enjoy this video and you guys want more Seon reactions, please let me know in the comments below. If no one really says anything, I'm just gonna discontinue Seon videos. I don't think anybody cares anyways, to be honest. I don't think I got a lot of views on them anyways, but if you guys want them to continue, I will still do them. But only if you guys say so. So you guys are the determinants of that, essentially. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to give this video a like, be sure to comment down below what you guys thought of this video, and be sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications for more videos. With all that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace, deuces.